We really do appreciate all our live viewers. And we'll run with the balls that we are given. Does that mean? Oh, and apologize, by the way, if you hear an AC in the background. It is still like 91 degrees in New York City. I need the AC. Maybe we'll touch on that first. All right. So we got a couple of things to touch upon. We've had doctor's visits this week for both of us. They were scheduled. A friend of ours who we will have on the show at some point, Alice, who's a workout partner basically for Rach, was going to evaluate me for my issues. I've mentioned before, I have stenosis in my left shoulder, limited range of movement. Where I am at now is probably the best I'm ever going to be. The whole thing is we don't want it to get worse. The less you move it, the more it locks up. I also have some
The shorter your range of motion with that area is.
Tom and Don, welcome.
Hello.
Thank you. So, and Shadow.
Shadow too. Good.
So, I just this one of the scariest moments of my life in recent history, but then became very explainable afterwards. What happened is we were trying to do exercises with my range of motion to stretch it, to put me in positions I would normally be in. Hey, Tammy. And we used the wall for me to get against the wall with my head. It's hard to explain, but suffice to say, and this is only kind of fully explainable in retrospect for me. You know when you bang your knee or your elbow and you get that funny bone reaction and you go, and you get very nauseous? Well, I had that reaction, but it wasn't in my knee or my elbow. It was in the shoulder. I didn't even really consciously. I just all of a sudden understood that I got hit by a wave of nausea. And I was not going to be the... oh, God, I want to use this word. I'll demonetize this. I was not going to be the P word and stop doing what I'm supposed to be doing because I had to impress my wife, and I can't be like I'm a loser, baby. You married a loser. So I'm trying to work through it, and I'm just getting more nauseous. And then I started breaking out in sweats because often what happens when you get nauseous is that your body starts to sweat. And then I started checking my heart rate. And that scared the crap out of me because my heart rate was showing anything from like 40 to 130. And I'm like, what the? Found out later on, a little research, any of these watches, whether it's an Apple Watch or a Samsung Watch, whenever these Fitbit, when they're doing your pulse, it is using a light. That's why you have that red light in the back of your watch. It's not going off now. I always see it at night when Rachel's sleeping. So that red light.
Sometimes it's red, sometimes it's green.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Well, that light is what is actually checking your pulse. So, and Robert, welcome. So when that light was checking my pulse, it is being affected by the sweat that was literally pouring off my body from the nausea, thereby not getting a good reading, thereby shooting it up and down. I feared at that point that I was having some kind of heart complications. It wasn't what was happening. I'm laughing in retrospect. What was happening was I basically hit a funny bone in my shoulder with those movements because that funny bone feeling is nerves. Yeah. And
it's almost electrical to a certain degree.
Right.
Like almost tickly.
So it was not fun. Once I sat down, and here I am going to Rachel, I'm so hot. And I really wasn't hot. I was just sweating so much. And I needed the AC up because cold also makes you feel better when you're feeling nauseous.
Yeah, I couldn't make that air conditioner go any lower. It wouldn't go any lower than 68. Yeah, so.
Yeah, Jen, welcome. So it was scary as all hell. I had to change out of my soaking clothes afterwards, and of course you feel like you, I guess I could say the word pussed out, right? I wasn't able to do the exercises.
But there's also another place, another way of looking at it. Like, you wanted to do what you saw.
Yes.
Your body wouldn't cooperate. And then it's sort of like, okay, well, how does this work? And can it work in my body right now?
This was
It's
this
sort
was
of like
Tammy wants to know when this happened. This was Wednesday, right?
Wednesday.
Yeah. And I felt once I sat myself on the futon and was no longer.
We gave him water or a drink. Yeah.
The sweating stopped and the nausea stopped. Once the nausea stopped, I was no longer sweating. So, but I didn't make the full connection until today because Rach was putting me through, God bless her, similar exercises, less intense. And I went into one and I went, oh, Jesus. And she's like, what? I go, I feel nauseous. And then I realized I felt nauseous because of the way I was moving my shoulder. And that nauseous feeling, then in this case, led to me belching because my stomach was upset. And I didn't break out in a huge sweat. But on Wednesday, I tried pushing through it to the point that I seriously did that bink funny bone bullshit and gave myself quite a scare. Don't arrest them. Just give them a scare, officer.
Something else that it brings up for me too, Alice gave me a really good awareness about the watches. A lot of times we sort of live and die by these watches.
Well, all your electronic jingles and jangles.
But like this, more so, we put a lot of stock in what the watch has to say in terms of calorie burn, where the watch might be accurate 25% of the time, but you're just sort of like looking at it more for ballparks,
right?
To be less fixated.
Well, I mean,
on the watch to tell you about the value of the exercise that you've been doing.
Like even the research I've shown has been like, all right, so an Apple Watch, generally speaking, is within the parameters to be certified as a device that can track your heart rate.
Yeah.
Under normal circumstances where you're not sweating like a bastard. But even then, it can have, I think it's a 3% inaccuracy, which isn't huge, right?
Regarding heart rate.
Regarding heart rate. But when it comes to calorie burn and tracking things like that, it's not a medical device. It's not certified by any agency or government. This is like an industry standard. But the industry standard doesn't say, well, okay, Tenkar, you weigh 235 pounds and you walk a mile. And John, you weigh 135 pounds. I should say Chris, my son. You weigh 135 pounds and you walk a mile. Is that calorie burn going to be the same? No. I'm pushing more weight. I'm going to burn more calories. But at the same time, my body needs more calories to maintain the weight. So in theory, being heavier means I should be able to eat less, still eat as much as a smaller person, and burn the weight. But then also doesn't count in things like your body's metabolism and all that crap. So
yeah, there's a lot of factors that aren't all measurable with the watch.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
See,
I mean, Apple Watches are brilliant. I love it. It's very helpful to me. And I wouldn't trade it for anything. But yeah, just to be able to look at it not as the end all be all.
Right. It is
kind of what we're doing and what our intention is.
Right. You're not doing carpentry work with it, measuring exact measurements.
Right.
Excuse me. It's a very allergy-y week for us. Tammy wants to know which version we have. Isn't it the Apple?
This is 7.
We have the 7. We have the latest one on the market. They're going to be coming out with a new one this
Yeah,
fall.
it's the 7.
So she's closed. She's closed all her rings today. I still have to close my stand. I don't know how she closes her stands so often and so early and so quickly. It's like you can't.
I guess because I get up a lot.
I guess I don't know. I swear. Don thought about getting one, but he prefers his analog watch.
Mm-hmm.
Listen, when I was working, I would try watches, and I could not stand them because a lot of typing, a lot of keyboard work, a lot of hands on the desk, and a watch was always annoying with the band. I do like the Velcro bands that are default on the Apple Watches, although I don't recall if this was the default band that we got with this one. It might be.
That one is, yes. This one is not.
Right.
But they're all Apple bands, you know.
Right. I love the feel of this. This I can type with. It does not interfere with my wrist or anything like that.
Yeah, I love those. But if you sweat, they will start to smell. And they'll pick up like your sunscreen, your perfume, and you have to put them through the dishwasher. Like I'll put like stain remover soap for your laundry on it, and then I'll stick it in the dishwasher, and it comes out really nice. But these ones, the silicone.
Oh
yeah, the silicone ones, they do better, especially in the summer for me when I do perspire more and wear more sunscreen because I can just like wipe it.
Oh, Rob Roberts. I read about a guy hiking the Appalachian Trail who fell off a cliff and was knocked out.
Holy
he
shit.
awoke in the hospital because his Apple Watch called 911 when it sensed a sudden fall.
Oh my God.
Now, our watches
we have it set to that.
We have it set to that, but you have to have, in our case, your phone has to be with you because this will piggyback off your phone and send that call out.
Oh, that's how it works?
Yeah, we don't have the watches that also have the standalone cellular built in.
Oh.
Because I can give so much to Apple, but I kind of draw my line at selling a kidney. You know, it's like, God. They make some amazing devices, and as somebody who does tech support for my extended family, my sanity has increased greatly as we've weaned my family, my parents, my sister, my in-laws, off of Windows devices, off of, for the most part, Android devices. And if they ask me a question, I've got an Android phone, I go. And I've brought them to the world of Apple, OS X, iOS, and my sanity has increased greatly. My mental health, Apple products have been amazing. Yeah. Although I will say, and I'm laughing at this, last weekend, what you might be noticing the haircut. Last weekend was my birthday was on Saturday. My father's birthday was yesterday. So we celebrated both birthdays last Sunday because my parents were going back to the Poconos. And lo and behold, my sister has a problem with her Apple device. I'm like, her keyboard doesn't work anymore. And
I tried to step up.
Yeah, Rachel's like, oh no, I'll see.
Here's one for me because I've had these keyboards for a long time,
And I'm realizing, and I'm saying to myself, wow, this.
Then I asked the one question.
Well, I asked one question because the keyboard beat the shit.
It was kind of old, tattered.
It's a bit tattered, and I'm like, I thought Nat just mentioned she'd got a new iPad. So I go, Nat, did you just get a new iPad? Is this a new one? She goes, yeah.
Well, I didn't understand that was a new one.
That was a new one. And I go, and is this the old
I didn't understand.
Is this the old keyboard?
How new it was.
When we gave you one of our old iPads with this keyboard, is this just, yeah. I go, yeah, it ain't gonna work. What? I go, there's like 4 generations between the two. They're generally made specific to the model. So yeah, no, it's not working. I mean, we
got out good last year when we got our iPad Pros because we got the keyboards that have like the lighted keyboards that have the platform that the
And they kind of lock into place, open.
It's more durable and sturdy.
It really replaces the feel of a laptop for you, at least in my mind. So the only reason I use a laptop now is to do live streams. If I was just doing regular videos, I would do it all on my iPad and put it up from that. But I need the bigger screen for live stream so I can I can see the talking going on this thing. But sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you, Rach.
Oh no, you're good.
Okay. Just making sure. But Paul, the E-Ink Zeo watch came across my radar today. It can detect AFib. Happy to see these types of personal health monitoring devices becoming more advanced and pervasive. Well, you can actually.
Yeah, this one does that too. Like Christmas evening or Christmas. Well, it was going from Christmas Day into the day after Christmas.
And we were doing a lot of adult beverages.
Yeah, we were sitting in the pub, and all I was doing was raising pints. And so my watch started to, like, if your heartbeat is not right, like if it's too high because I think mine got up to like 120 or something like that. Just sitting there drinking, and it wasn't good because it went off, and then that scared me more.
Oh my God!
My heart started beating more, and then
get up there.
Let's see, when was it? Like, and then like a little later on in the month, I was like, oh, it might be nothing. We'll just keep an eye on it. Go to the doctor. In a couple of weeks. So, when I went, and of course I did research. I was like, oh, okay. When you drink alcohol, the heart rate goes up. Because I was like, how could my heart rate go up? Isn't alcohol a central nervous system depressant? I guess after it goes up. And so, that was what kind of prompted. They referred me for a nuclear stress test, and so they were asking questions and all that stuff. It never happened again.
Are you an alcoholic?
No, and I don't drink like that anymore.
So you're telling me that you self-corrected?
Yes, I had my epiphany there. that kind of that scared me to know that like drinking could have the possibility of making that happen. Since there was nothing wrong with my heart.
Right.
Yeah.
So, and that now these watches will also do an ECG. Okay. Now again, it is an ECG. For them to be allowed to include that feature, it has to be certified by I forget which government agency. But
it'll do an ECG?
It does an ECG. Your watch will do an ECG. You didn't know that?
No.
Yeah.
I understood that.
Yes, it'll do an ECG. But is it the same type of ECG that you're going to get at your doctor's office?
No.
All right. Is it better than?
Yeah, everything's come back totally normal since, and I just had another. Is it ECG that they give?
I think that's
the
echo.
Clip it onto. Yeah, ECG. Yeah.
So, I mean, honestly, these devices are great, but they aren't perfect. They are a
like
guide.
Anything else.
They are a guide.
A grain of salt. Yeah.
I mean, I got to say, I am truly blessed that I have a pair of cardiologists that I trust intuitively.
Mm-hmm.
One is a general cardiologist. One is a heart failure specialist. They work together very well. Their opinions on certain things certainly differ, but their method of treating me is definitely in sync. So I trust my cardiologist, which is why when my cardiologist, now we're going to both bring this up. I saw my cardiologist this week. Rach saw her primary care physician this week. It's at the same facility. I get there on Monday, And there's like a line out the door. And I'm like, there's never a line out the door. I go, what the heck is going on?
Oh.
And then I see all these signs, and apparently they merged, got bought out, they are now owned. They're no longer an independent office. They were a large office anyway, with like 8 or 9 doctors. I don't know how independent.
At least 8 or 9.
Yeah, how independent that really is. But
well, it was already a group.
It was already a group. My cardiologist,
and that had offices like a couple in Queens for different specialties.
Yeah,
and
so there was a lot of things linked to it.
More in Long Island.
Yeah,
in Nassau. Yeah.
So, I got there early. I'm still online 20 minutes into my appointment. Everybody's apologizing. Of course, it's a new system, and I wasn't totally surprised because the night before, Sunday night, I got the text message, and it's like, oh, you can do your paperwork. And I'm like, I'm guessing this is my cardiologist office. It sounds different, looks different. Let's try this. And I needed all my information and a scan of my ID and my insurance cards and yada, 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 yada. So for me, it went relatively painless. For others who had English difficulties or were older and did not get the text message or did not respond to it, the process was a longer process. They were getting frustrated. There were people getting angry. And again, I was told, we're so sorry, this is our first day with the new computer system. My doc was apologetic, but my doc is the one who, last time I was in his office, I go every 3 or 4 months. He was like, he ran, this time I didn't get a blood test. I was surprised, but he was just like, yeah, he goes, your numbers are good. He goes, you don't need a booster. I already had my first. He goes, you don't need another booster because the antigens. Yes. My antigens for COVID-19. He goes, and jokingly, he goes, you're so healthy. He goes, you could swim through a vat of COVID-19, come out the other side, and not get it. So I was like, all right. So I expect my next appointment is in 3 months. I expect that time, if he thinks I should be getting a new booster, I should be getting a new booster.
Oh, and they're going to do flu shots in October too. So.
Oh, you told you that?
Yeah. You can get your flu shot here. Yeah, and just get your when they come with a COVID-19 to get it. And don't, he said it wasn't that you had to get the COVID-19 like another booster before then.
All right. He said get the
because I haven't had it since last October.
I got mine in last November.
So I'm like, we're doing it once a year like the flu, right? He's like, well, we'll see what the guidance is when they come with it in October. But that's what his guidance was, so I'll go with it.
I mean, and here's the thing, and I'm just in general, because I know the conversation has come up about Gen Con is this weekend, right? Gen Con had a policy of 2 shots and a mask. Gary Con for next March is saying no mask, but up-to-date shots, which how it was being interpreted by the GaryCon volunteer staff, meant that you needed your initial 1 or 2, depending on your vax, and at least 2 boosters, maybe 3, if the CDC recommends another booster. So I'm not anti-vax, obviously. Neither is Rach. We follow what our medical professionals tell us.
Because they have extra weight.
But not only that.
Yeah.
But they know our risk factors. They're not telling you. They're not telling you get your second booster.
No.
Because he's telling.
Well, I had my first booster, but not anyone after.
Right.
So he wasn't saying, you have to get it and get it now. So.
Well,
but just because it's not going to protect against it, the new one that comes out is going to protect against more.
From Paul, he goes, he uses an app on his iPhone that uses the flash LED and the camera to measure my heartbeat by looking at the color changes in your lit up finger. It was a valuable tool the year I was diagnosed with AFib.
Okay.
I still use it today. Post-ablation procedure when I feel the hiccup. That's awesome. Again, These are all amazing devices that, think about it, like 5 years ago, would we have any of this stuff?
Right.
Five years ago, I was lucky to find a smartwatch that could figure out that I was walking when I was actually walking and told that I was walking.
And the thing is too, like, if the watch brings more awareness to health, like, and makes you want to do more for self-care, like exercise or getting your 10,000 steps in, that kind of stuff. It's not a bad thing.
No.
That's actually good because, you're developing that type of awareness, and, that maybe you feel better when you do those things.
Yeah.
But yeah, to just make sure that its limitations.
So Paul says he's looking for a wearable device. I have thought about the iWatch. Now, when we talk about wearable devices, they wanted to give me, when I was hospitalized 2 years ago, they wanted to give me, or they wanted the insurance company to cover the issuance of
the life vest.
Of the life vest. And the life vest is basically
a defibrillator.
It's a worn defibrillator. Your heart saying, holy shit. And they kept me in the hospital for an extra week as my insurance company, in the end, would not authorize it. It became a huge discussion with me and my extended family. Do we pay out of pocket?
Yeah.
And then finally, like, my heart failure specialist was like, listen, I feel comfortable with you going home without it. He goes, it was just extra security.
Mm-hmm.
He goes, but we've had you here for an extra week.
But that insurance company, such sleaze.
Every insurance company
I hate them.
Is sleaze. So now, and what I love for the fact that here I am with a problem with my heart, right? Where the specialty is cardiology, and the doctor's specialty that denied my my claim, my request. Do you remember the specialty, Reach? I do. Gynecology.
Oh yeah, it was a gynecologist who denied the claim for a heart device.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. So that then
shit is incredible.
And now in my case, it was I'll say the company. They're not paying me money. GHI. If you are a New York City.
But then wait, it's something different.
It
was a combination of them.
It was a combination of them. So it was GHI / Emblem, because it was the device I was going home with. So it was a whole.
Oh, so they would have billed it to the outpatient side.
I think so.
Oh, and not from
not from the hospital.
The Blue Cross.
Yeah. So I got to see the refusal. It was just like, you gotta be kidding me.
Yeah, the denial was ridiculous.
Yeah. So I understand the frustrations that people go through when it comes to dealing with their health, dealing with medical insurance. Don't look at me for the way to fix this shit. Believe me, I don't have any clue. Rob, I'm torn a bit. I will follow my doctor's advice. On one hand, conference organizers aren't medical professionals. On the other hand, I show no conferences, spread coughs, etc. You know what? Again, if you go to your doctor and you see doctor, listen, doc, I'm going to a convention. There's going to be a couple hundred people or a couple thousand people. They might say, well, you know what? Make sure your flu shot's up to date. Make sure that your COVID's up to date. I'm not. My issues are when anybody. I'm glad I'm retired because I'm a little bit of a contrarian when it comes to overarching authority, even though I was a supervisor. The NYPD came down with, you have to be vaxxed or you're getting... I don't think they got fired. I think they got separated or some other word. You're telling me what to do with my... that I don't like... my doctor can tell me what to do with my body and make medical instructions or suggestions, and I'll be like, yes, right away. I hate shots, but yeah, give me.
Yeah, and you guys have that distrust from 9/11
From
when
9/11.
Christy
Whitman
said,
Oh,
you can breathe in that smoke.
yeah,
Get down
air.
there and keep working
The air is
that
safe.
pile, you know?
The air is safe to breathe.
Yeah.
You don't need any kind of respirator.
Yeah.
Which now I found out when I got again in 2020. I found out so many things in 2020. When I had my initial pneumonia and they took an X-ray of my lungs, there was prior scarring on my lungs that wasn't related to the pneumonia. That was from being down there on 9/11, being down there the days after 9/11. Thank you very much. So, and I got Hodgkin's afterwards. World Trade Center related. So I was lied to by a representative of the federal government, and I understand why we were lied to. We were lied to.
Yes.
Because they couldn't not have us down there, and they were willing to take the long-term fallout. We get the stuff done now, and we'll deal with it 5, 10, 15, 20 years down the line. In a way, it's what I went through when I had Hodgkin's. I had Hodgkin's, and when it came to getting radiation, not the chemo, the second aspect with the radiation, and I talked with the radiation oncologist, it's a specialty, and he was like, you do realize that if you go through this procedure, it is quite possible, if not likely, that you will have complications 15 to 20 years down the line with secondary cancers or damage to your heart. And I asked him and my regular oncologist what they recommended. They were both for it. And my attitude was, all right, well, in 15 to 20 years, we'll be more advanced. I'm going to punt the ball. I don't
want, to address the consequences of having that.
Right, later. Was that a good decision or a bad decision? I'm here now.
Yes.
All right, so I will say, based upon that fact, it was a good decision.
Yeah.
But, these decisions aren't necessarily an easy one. Was it a lie or was it a mistake? They supposedly tested the air, and they didn't find any of the particulates in it that were certainly there. So was it a lie or was it a mistake? You're asking me my opinion? I don't think there was anything that was a mistake about that. Was she lying? I don't know if she knew she was lying. I think that maybe the information that she was given, she believed was truthful.
Okay.
Just like Colin Powell, when he went in front of the UN and talked about weapons of mass destruction, he was given. If you put him on and gave him a lie detector, I am quite sure that man totally believed what he was told.
Sure.
Right? It could be that Christy Whitman believed what she was told. By the way, now she's trying to start a new political party with Yang.
Oh, okay.
I wouldn't piss on that party. You paid me to. Personal opinion
unless you were drinking 151 rum.
Well, maybe. My personal opinion of Ms. Whitman is kind of a little bit worse than my personal opinion of Ken Whitman.
Maybe they're related somewhere.
I don't know. but lies upon lies. Paul, conferences are a business, and I'm sure the mask vaccine policy is highly influenced by the organizer's insurance company. Well, that might be true, but here's an issue, at least with GaryCon. And I'm going to just throw this out there. It is not the policy of the county, and it's not the policy of the venue. It's the policy of the convention. And Rach and I have gone to GaryCon a number of years, and even though we take over the Grand Geneva, how many normals are still there? Sorry, I shouldn't say normal. Non-gamers or non-convention goers are staying at the facilities. A number. You see a number of families with kids. They're there to
enjoy the resort.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're not required to be vaccinated. Staff is not required to be vaccinated. So if you're trying to stop a vector, you're not really stopping a vector. That's where I have. I can understand. All right. Well, listen. The hotel staff is vaccinated, and everybody at the hotel must be vaccinated. Every day, you're going to be interacting with unvaccinated people. or
Yeah.
potentially unvaccinated people, or people whose vaccines are not up to date, or
But
whatever
the
the issue
hotel
is.
doesn't have a policy
No.
on their staff being vaccinated?
No,
Oh.
no.
Huh.
So, I guess they.
So I guess it changes
What?
how you would view what your policies would need to be in that setting.
Well, especially even if the whole staff is vaxxed, right? You have other goers at that, other attendees, or not attendees, but other people at the facility are going to be using the same public bathrooms, walking the same halls, eating at the same bar and restaurant as your congoers that must be vaxxed. And we know a few people like this, if your doctor told you after your first shot that because you had heart issues, it happened to my sister, no more vax for you, there's no medical exemption. And they didn't.
Oh, that's
And
not
my
good.
issue was that how many of you, and this is just a general question, how many of you read the terms of anything that you sign up for? Do you bother when
You just click the whatever's got to be in advance.
how
and you
long
do it.
I got to scan down this piece of shit on my phone? Agree. Let's get this shit out of the way. I want to play my game. I want to use my app. I want to buy my tickets for GaryCon.
Yeah.
Nothing popped up when you went to buy your badges at GaryCon that if you weren't vaxxed or if your vaccine wasn't at least 4 shots for the majority of people, they weren't going to allow you in.
Have they changed the policy since?
There's discussion that they're going.
Oh, they're looking into it.
They're discussing how they're going to discuss it.
Okay.
I'm going to make a general.
They have a lot of time. So.
Well, but they don't because people who, if you already got your badge.
Oh, I guess because people book that thing like a year.
Right. No, badges went on sale on my birthday. On the 30th. So now here's an issue, and I don't think it's people jump on it. And by the way, FFA Con, former TSR Con, their badges went on sale on Friday because they had to just jump ahead of the other con. I'm just noticing. But in any case, when it comes to GaryCon, people were jumping to get, I want to be badge number 5, whatever. And nobody's reading the fact that if you are not fully vaxxed, and fully vaxxed isn't the CDC definition, which is 2 shots.
Right, you could be denied entry.
You have to have your 4 shots. You were going to be denied, and there's no refunds.
Wow.
There's no carryover. So that to me is where the issue happens. If you're going to make a policy where if you don't have something, you can't attend the con, but we're not going to force you to read that, it wasn't even like one of those pop-ups like, I click, I agree that I've read all these.
Right, yeah, it should always be that someone's informed of.
Yeah, it wasn't necessarily an informed decision.
Mm-hmm.
Paul, how much organizers willing to pay for a policy to cover the conference? Yeah, for insurance, that's, I don't envy anybody who's been running a conference or a convention in COVID, but North Texas did a fine job last year. It was Texas. There was no huge COVID outbreak. Some people did come down with COVID when they came home, whether they got it at North Texas or home. But there was no huge spread.
Mm-hmm.
There was none of that. There was no more COVID than there was normal con crud.
Right.
So it seemed like getting sick of conventions is going to be something that's just part and parcel.
But it's always been part and parcel.
Yeah, Rob says that gaming conventions are often ideologies at this point. I suspect they are following their ideology, not medical advice. Well, if you're following medical advice, the CDC says 2 shots is fully vaccinated, and they want you to get other shots, but 2 shots is fully vaxxed. Even when New York City had a vax mandate for going to restaurants and bars, it was 2 shots. Or if you were a city employee, it was 2 shots.
Yeah.
Or
and the city doesn't play. Like I worked at a city hospital, and if they said you had to get the shot, you couldn't hide anywhere. Like They did that with the flu. Like, they wanted you to get the flu shot, and they would set up these drives like in early November. Actually, no, it was probably October. And I managed to like slide by and like avoid, and I was in the field, I was here, I was there, and I just couldn't get there, whatever. And
Doing
then,
the dip.
right, I just kept dipping out on it, and then finally, like around Christmas time, the infection control nurse and the cart came down my hallway, and I was like, "It's Christmas Eve. We're gonna have a flu shot."
Look at you. We got a present just for you.
Yep.
See, like the NYPD, that usually came
They
down.
always found you. And then like the other place that like mandated flu shots was it was just pretty much you could have a medical exemption all you wanted, but you wouldn't be able to see your patients without
A mask.
having the
You got to wear a mask.
surgical mask on. Yeah.
So I mean, NYPD, we didn't have that when I was. But you always had when you had notifications coming down for the details that nobody wanted. New Year's Eve or the West Indian Day Parade on Labor Day, you would find people doing their best to hide. People would I knew of cops, NYPD, some departments you arrive in uniform and leave in uniform, you change your house, usually getting a take-home car. NYPD, if you arrive in uniform from your home, we all assume that you're wearing a wire, and that's the reason why you're already in uniform when you're walking in to sign in or sign out. But for the sign outs, there were people that would, wait till like at the door. Oh wait, the sergeant's turned around, run in, scratch their name, and then run out in uniform to their car in the parking lot and drive home in full uniform because they figured there was a notification for them, and then they're gonna get home and then nobody's gonna answer the phone. You don't answer the phone because we don't want to get notification. So, oh God. So now something that we touched upon earlier. Oh, actually, I'm going to throw this out. I want to thank Paul, Tammy. You joined the Tavern.
Yay!
That's why they come up as green in the chat with a little symbol next to them.
I see it now. Okay.
I'm going to try to figure out how you get your chat emojis used. You can put the beer glass out. It's just fun stuff.
So that they can cheers.
Yeah, they can do a cheers. Not like Cheers, the TV show, but they could. No, Tammy. Yeah. But I want to thank you and recognize you for supporting. I realize that what we do on this channel isn't always everybody's cup of tea. Okay. This channel has its own live streams. This has its own particular audience, and you all are very special to Rach and I. Oh, look who's here! Since I don't have any intention of dealing with this train wreck,
who's here?
I will give you one guess, Rach. Mario is here.
Oh, a real winner.
So, winner, chicken dinner. So, hold on a second. I will have to. I mean, I listen, and I understand, Mario. Nothing personal. I know it's all personal with you, but nothing personal. Listen. Where are we? Where are we, Mario? Here we go. Goodbye. Have no patience for it. Honest to God.
What kind of trash was he talking?
I don't know. He didn't give him a chance to really talk trash.
Oh, okay.
Well, now, Tenkar and his wife. I see you have a full house of train wrecks. Well, and losers.
You would know train wrecks.
Yes, the low. Well, here's the thing. And actually, you know what? I'm not even going to give him the pleasure of commenting.
Okay, well, let's move along.
So we're gonna. So
he can make another. So many more important things going on for people than his dramas and mess.
Right. I mean, because we all know who Mario is, but I'm not gonna mention the name.
Flush that toilet and keep it gone.
Oh yeah, the toilet was flushed.
Yeah.
And here I thought that was a good thing.
What happened? What happened to the olive branch?
No, it's not an olive branch.
No. It's
No.
trash.
It's a twig stuck up somebody's ass, and it ain't mine. Oh yeah. Oh, it's a Saturday night. I forgot. Somebody's in the bar. All right. So, yeah. In any case, we were mentioned earlier. I had the eye-opening part of
Really?
of
Are you fucking kidding me right now?
yeah. Well, you know, he needs recognition.
Well, there it went.
Yeah. Yeah. So, we mentioned that I had an eye-opening revelation as to Wednesday's events earlier today when Ray started putting me through some exercises. Blew my mind that we did this for about, I don't know, a little bit over 40 minutes. First off, it didn't seem like it was 40 minutes.
Oh, good.
But oh my God, I moved muscles that I probably haven't moved in certain ways in a really, really long time.
Good.
So, I mean, it was special. But it also was good now because, like, Rach understands when it comes to my left shoulder that we can probably get a small increase in the range of movement by working the muscles that are still there. But there's a lot of dead tissue in this shoulder, which is never going to change. So my range of motion will always be limited. It's just maybe I can get a few percentage points back and not lose anymore. Because we also saw our orthopedist last week. And he was very much, the range of motion that you have is the range of motion that you are going to have. Make sure you keep moving your shoulders so you don't, and your arms so you don't lose the range that you have. It isn't about me getting a range of motion back. Ain't happening. It is about me maintaining the range of motion that I have, which, to be honest with you, when you have movements that you kind of feel tightness with, your body tends to avoid, compensate.
Mm-hmm.
So we got to judge the compensation. Wow, we got a full room of 10, and that's without the
weakest link.
Yeah, it's without,
he's like goodbye.
Goodbye. It's without the guy from Donkey Kong.
Kong.
Mario.
Oh yeah, I didn't know No, Mario was
That was Mario running up that. That wasn't Luigi. That was.
That's not Donkey Kong. That's Super Mario Brothers.
No. But he started on Donkey Kong.
Really? I didn't know.
He started on.
I knew there was a guy and they just all look alike. Okay.
Whoa! Did you just say that they all look alike?
A lot of these video game guys, a lot of them just look similar.
Well, I know. Actually, you get a pass on that, Rach.
Why? Because I'm half blind?
Yes.
Okay, good.
Paul has on the grill tonight 2 whole salmon fillets, one with lemon pepper,
nice.
The other with soy. Oh, nice.
Yum.
Yes, Paul. Amazing how good Mario is at projecting.
Yeah.
Mario ran up on Donkey Kong also. You see, Don remembers. Pepperidge
Mario
Farms.
ran up on Donkey. Oh, because he was trying to get up that hill, and he had to keep trying to climb.
He had to climb those
but
girders.
The barrels were like.
Yes. Yeah. So why a plumber had to climb girders to stop the monkey? I don't know. Oh, soy vade teriyaki. I love my low sodium teriyaki sauce because it adds a lot of flavor. We use it with cauliflower rice.
Yeah, for stir fry.
For stir fry, it is really awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, Michael, you missed it. By the way, Michael, we got to coordinate because we got to bring you on one day. We have
Oh, it's Michael. Okay.
we have a green room, kind of, but we have a room of future guests that we have not locked down days and times with. So I'd like to do so. So well, times are kind of set: 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific. If you're in Alaska, we don't do Alaska time, so I couldn't tell you how that works. Great to see you too. Keep it up. Thank you, Mike. Good to see you. Yes, Mario cost you a quarter every time. The game that the one video, well, I should say there were, was it Battlefront, the tank game with the green screen? I was pretty good at that, but that game mostly meant just keeping your tank in reverse.
I don't think I ever played that.
Yeah, it was a tank game. And Galaxians, I was pretty good at. Zaxxon, I was good at in junior high school. And
that's a really old one.
Yes, and Miss Pac-Man, because it was at the IGA supermarket in Hawley, the town.
Oh, really?
Up in the Poconos, and when I was up there for the summers, I could get my 50 cents together and get to play some 2 games of Miss Pac-Man. I didn't memorize the board. Like, I think my friend Tom memorized the board, and he could spend like 40 minutes. But I don't understand what the fun is of tracing out the same damn route, each time, and that's how you're avoiding the ghosts. I don't know.
Oh, he memorized the patterns that they would go in.
Yeah, so
yeah, I would tend to do that too.
Pac-Man, you could
like they did it this way that last time. So yeah.
Pac-Man, you could definitely memorize a pattern, but Ms. Pac-Man, the boards changed every once in a while. But Pac-Man, the boards never changed.
Babysitting was always good because the kids that you looked after, they kind of knew all the cheats for like the games, like the Super Mario's and that, and so
in any case,
they taught me.
So sorry for getting distracted on video games. Hi, Mario. Oh, I should play Mario Kart later on our. I should set up the.
I don't know how to play Mario Kart. We'll have to check it out.
Yeah.
See what we can do to Mario.
I can knock him right off the course, right? Hey, Mario. Sorry, in any case,
'tis a fine name.
'Tis a fine name when it's not being abused. But I was surprised at how the workout went today. Rach is very, and I got to say this, there are a lot of exercises or movements that Rach wanted me to make that she quickly realized I could not do as imagined or as somebody with a normal range of motion could.
Yeah.
You were very good at adjusting for such.
Mm-hmm.
So that's important because,
well, if you want to have movement be for everybody,
right,
then, you have to embrace where we're starting, and not have it be, because at the end of the day, the thing that you had on Wednesday was because you weren't really respecting your body because you wanted to push through because it meant a lot to you.
But I was,
like, I can do
go
this,
as far as you can and a little bit further. I was like, it's heightened me. It's heightened me. So yeah, I'm not gonna.
If it hurts, you pull back a little.
Yeah, walk it off.
No, not Chris style.
Tom, you know how to cheat to get so the missiles couldn't destroy you in a Galaga. All right, Galaga, Galaxians, Zaxxon was that faux 3D because you kind of got from the side. I remember playing that at Great Adventure in New Jersey for our senior trip in 9th grade. Paul took my daughter and her friends to the Stranger Things experience on Thursday. At the end, with all the merch, they had an arcade with old video games. Played some Missile Command.
Where is this Stranger Things experience?
I have no clue. Paul, tell us. Dig Dug and Joust. I like Joust. I was never good at Joust. So I could never keep my ostrich flying properly.
I vaguely remember
Dig Dug. Dig Dug was good. I would play Dig Dug on the Jersey Shore with Kenny.
Uh-huh.
Yes. Gauntlet. Elf needs food badly. That was college. Those were my college years. That ate up a lot of quarters. And it's just like, oh my God. Yes, I sucked at it. And it's like, you need elf needs food or quarters badly. I liked playing the elf because in theory you didn't have to get that close. All this. This is what we did as opposed to going to class in college. Oh, you're gonna go to your history class or are you gonna play Gauntlet?
Never heard of that one.
No.
Mm-mm.
Oh, that was D&D.
Gauntlet? No.
Yeah, it was a D&D.
It was a video game?
It was a video game.
Oh.
Top down in a maze dungeon. And you are literally top down. You see the head and the shoulders of your dwarf. With a dwarf fighter, elf, and mage. And, and then the creatures were coming at you, but again, from the top down. So it was like,
I think I remember Missile Command.
Missile
That was the one where the things were coming
Yes.
down and you had to put the cursor and...
I played it a lot on my friend's Atari, but it was...
Yeah, that's how I had it.
But you really needed the ball, the scroll.
On the centipede on Atari.
Again, another one that didn't really work too well with regular controllers. San Francisco, Rach.
Oh, okay.
So if you're willing to step around the human feces, you can go to Stranger Things.
We'll wait. Hopefully soon they'll be cleaning up the city. And...
Listen, I'm sure before San Francisco starts to clean up properly for that stuff, that New York City will also have its defecate anywhere. We don't mind.
Oh, you think it's going to go that way here?
Yeah.
Oh, great.
I mean, they were doing that 30 years ago in Jackson Heights.
Children, Eric.
No, it wasn't. All right, teenager.
Oh, I thought it was a child.
No,
child, like a 4-year-old.
No. It's like a 13-year-old taking a squat dump between two parked cars. Like, what the hell is? So yeah, no. Yeah, it's traveling state to state, Paul, and that is, I don't know, a sign of society. You're not holding people responsible to their actions, which is a reason why we had Mario come in, right?
Yeah.
Let's.
It doesn't sound like he's ever been held accountable for much.
No.
Which is why it's so painful for him when he is.
Right, and that's why Mario. I never use a fake account. I don't use sock puppets. Always use the sock puppets.
Sure.
Because they the individual behind Mario. Well, listen. I shouldn't even say because maybe they have testicular cancer and maybe that's why they don't have any. But balls. I was just saying because you wouldn't do this, right?
He was like, where's this going?
You would log in as yourself if you're going to actually.
If you're a man, if you man up to things, and that does not seem like a man.
No. I can't tell my family.
That's a little boy.
I can't tell my family that I go onto YouTube channels, and you know what I do? What are you doing?
I stalk albino women.
I stalk albino women, and I make fun of this guy. I call him Tenkar. It's funny as hell. But they don't know it's me. Well, they think it's me, but they don't know it's me. But they can't prove it's me. They can't prove it. They can't. So that's
maybe one day, but we'll see.
Maybe one day. So that's I do find it entertaining that somebody could not resist today. It's like, oh my God, there's people on the chat. They're not talking about me. How dare they not talk about me?
But since he presented himself,
well, we're only referring to what was presented, which is
hey,
Mario. So, yeah. There's an app that shows you the concentration of human feces in San Francisco.
No way. Like which streets have
I'm sure it's like your nosy neighbor app. Oh look!
Oh, it's on oh god, what is the name of this thing? It's on the Citizen app.
Yes.
Steaming pile of poo.
I mean,
on 53rd and Lex.
New York City used to have a dog feces problem. I mean, it used to be bad when I was growing up. People were not picking up after their dog. It's the reason why you had this whole huge thing in New York City.
It got a lot better in New York City, though.
Yeah.
Because I don't remember it being much of a problem there. The Bronx.
Yeah. But see, the problem with New York City is if they allowed humans to defecate in between whatever, human defecation is no longer a summons. By the way, it's a health code misdemeanor. I learned that. But it's an arrestable offense. You go through the system. But if you weren't arresting humans, then the dog shit would be everywhere. So that would be
yeah.
It's a heat map. The darker the color, the more feces. I'd like to. All right. So
and it's a live map, so the colors are constantly changing depending on where people are dumping.
Yeah.
Nice.
I would love to do like a treasure hunt.
That's so wild.
Wouldn't like to, listen, honestly.
I'd be terrified of going there. I'd be like walking along.
Yeah, I'm
not getting shit on my show.
If I had like I don't know how much money, a good amount of money that I literally to burn, I'd be like, hey, you want to find $500? I've hidden it in the shittiest part of San Francisco. You'd have to go through about 7 blocks of human feces dodging. See, actually, we shouldn't be complaining because a lot of the parks in our less than spectacular neighborhoods have an issue with syringes.
Yeah, they do.
So
despite having sharps containers,
right? Because that,
like St. Mary's Park, is probably one of the worst.
Yeah.
Offenses there.
Tammy is slapping her forehead because only her husband would know about that app. Does it pick up where Mario is?
Oh, hey.
No. See, the problem with Mario is full of shit.
Well, we're trying to paper train, so maybe we could have some pictures of Mario on the street, and then people would know where to aim. And then
here's your
the health
location.
Department could have a better ability to kind of clean it up, like the way that you would with paper or pet training a dog.
Tom said he'll pass on my treasure hunt. I tell you, it was just an idea. I couldn't. I was thinking if I had, I don't know. No, I won't. I was going to throw a number out there, but the number. Why? Why would I do that? So, wow, we've already been doing this for an hour.
Yeah.
It's gonna take at least that long for Mario to figure out how to make another fake account. Honey, can I borrow your account again? It didn't work. Don't mention names.
I don't think she's banned though.
No.
She never.
No.
Required banning.
No. But in any case, it certainly added some levity. I'm almost tempted, honestly.
Oh, you didn't just put them out for a half an hour?
No. I know. I was like, you're out of here, punk. No. I got a second email by none other than Ken Whitman, asking if I wish to, if I still wish to interview him. I guess Ken's a him, and I was like, It actually could be a palate cleanser at this point. I'm not saying it will happen. I'm just saying it could be a palate cleanser. I'd actually like to know what it is that Ken Whitman brings to the table. Because if he's reached out to me now twice in about 2.5 weeks, with his phone number, so I should reach out to him. To me, it means that there's a resurgence or a resurrection or a cleansing that he expects to go through. But not only that, and this is what I also find to be interesting, it means to me that in the eyes of somebody like Ken Whitman, this is the channel where you have to come on.
I like this one. He could borrow William Gentry's
his account. Well, possibly.
Daddy.
But possibly he could, he figures that this channel is a way to, I guess,
This is good.
One second. Get yourself reimagined. So it might be that when Mario comes to the conclusion that their life decisions are probably shit.
Don't know if that'll ever happen.
Oh, there's always time we hit the bottom. I only saw one plastic bag of poop on the 5 blocks we had to walk to the venue, and it was right next to a porta potty. Of course.
That's great. Just like bag your poop. Just like you would bag your dog poop and throw it in the nearest trash can. But
leave it next to the porta potty. Thought it was the 90s Amsterdam.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
You guys were pretty adamant you wouldn't give him airtime. Ken? Yeah. I'll say this much, and I think that Mike would agree with me. If Ken could show us what has changed, not going to give him airtime with no preparation. If Ken can show us what he's doing now that deserves him being highlighted on this channel.
Right. What does he want and what does it mean to him?
Right. What is it? What is Ken? What? Here, I'll be honest, right? I'm going to call it for what it is. What's the angle?
Are you trying to make amends for the things that have happened?
Right.
For the people that have gotten ripped off, if you're not in a position to make amends, are you just, are you trying to make an apology? Maybe not a financial amends, but an apology, an amends in that, the way that whatever he can,
We're not going to.
I don't know.
We're not going to bring Ken onto this channel you
got to find out
without understanding
background. Yeah.
What it is. We're not going to be like, hey, Ken, no prep, let's go, and holy shit, because that would be a train wreck.
Yeah.
Okay. And I'm not going to participate in that kind of a train wreck. I've reported on enough. I don't plan on being one. But if I want to know what it is that makes Ken relevant now, and right now he's not relevant, right? So I want to know what the relevancy is. I haven't seen anything besides that one video that this is the Here's Johnny video that Ken's coming back.
Right, like relevancy, and then also like if he is trying to be relevant and trying to contribute something or sell something, whatever the case is.
Nobody's buying anything Ken's selling at this point.
Yeah, it's like.
So again,
what are you doing different now than you have in the past?
Right.
Like,
so we're going to want to understand what the angle is. And listen, do I trust people innately? Not since I took the oath, because I've seen people, not just civilians, but members of our service. When I was working, remember I did IA for a number of years. People can say one thing and be doing something totally different. So Ken hasn't even said. That's probably the smartest thing he's done. He's not said what his intentions are, but he wants to be on the show, which tells me that he knows.
Well, it sounds like he wants to be on the Wednesday show.
Yeah, but he wants to be on this channel because this is where he's going to get seen. This is where he's going to make whatever statement he wants to make, and that's not happening without a lot of vetting. But I do find it interesting. Oh, our kitty's behind us. Look at that. She's right between us.
Oh, she's in her.
She's in our pan.
Yeah.
Oh, and in that pose, we might have to wrap this up because we might be having Verstinkies pretty soon. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it sounds like she's done now.
Okay.
She's cleaning her hands.
Tom Whitman wants to be relevant, but I'm right. He's not relevant. Well, and that's the thing. Mario wants to be relevant. Mario is not relevant, right? But Mario has figured out that I can create an account and I can annoy people
I can
for
have
2 or
my
3 minutes.
30 seconds
The
of fame
Ken
on
Whitman.
Gamers Health.
Ken Whitman is, dare I say, far more mature than Mario, and
they are around the same age group,
yeah,
like chronologically.
yeah, in general. And Ken Whitman, in his past, has actually accomplished stuff. He actually wrote game books, was a publisher. This is before the Kickstarter fiascos.
So he had a period of functionality.
He had a period where he was, I believe, he was on a list of the 30 most influential persons in the gaming hobby.
Wow.
Around the turn of the century. So Ken can at least say he has a history. Mario can't even say he has a future, right? Because there's no history in gaming for Mario. But so Ken can at least. Now I've heard some of Ken's claims that he ran Gen Con for a number of years. I've heard from people who are associated with Gen Con that is
an over exaggeration of his accomplishments,
a misstatement of the truthful situation.
Oh.
Does that sound right? It might be known otherwise as inflating one's resume. I don't know it. Yes, Mario is a joke of the highest order. If I bother to order jokes like that, I don't bother putting. It's a shitty joke. It can go back into the wastebasket. It can go. We don't need no more. But I was actually expecting another account to be put up.
Oh, you were waiting for that?
I was actually killing a little time expecting to swat another flea, but appears we don't have to. Folks,
I guess he got what he wanted, or
got something.
Got something.
He got. Look at me! Oh fuck! And what you're hearing right now is damn that Tenkar! Damn that Tenkar! Why did he do that? He has no right to ban me from his channel. I'm supposed to be able to do whatever I want because
well,
take your pacifier back and go to the corner and pick yourself to sleep, dude.
King baby.
Wow, wow, wow. In any case, it's getting silly. I'm getting silly. I'm actually getting hungry too.
Oh,
that, by the way, I didn't mention this. We actually kind of did one of those intermittent fasting today because we woke up too late. And I was like, we woke up so late, let's skip breakfast. Let's do the workout, which is what we did. And then after the workout, we'll go down for brunch, which is what we did. So we had brunch around 2:30.
Yeah.
And we haven't eaten since then. That's been wow. That's sparkling. Holy crap. So, Paul, I like how you qualify the comment, Rach. Same age chronologically. Well, sometimes maturity ends right when puberty should begin. If the nuts don't drop, don't expect so much. Sorry. Wow, thank you, folks. It's been a lively crew, not counting the Donkey Kong character that came in. It's been a lively crew, and we appreciate the comments. If you have anything that you desire us to cover, please reach out. Let us know. Probably the easiest way to reach out is email tenkars.tavern.
Yeah, any sort of chronic health issues or issues that create concern for you.
For you, your family, because if it's for your family, it affects you.
Yes,
Trust
absolutely.
Me. It's
or
all
friends that you might know that have a certain chronic condition. We can do some research and be able to look and
actually
see how we support that person or support you as a part of our community.
Our most watched Gamers Health that wasn't the one where we got where the comment section got trolled by somebody's father. But the most watched Gamers Health was actually the mental health episode where we went over stuff about mental health. So we know that a lot of this stuff interests you and means something to you. You just have to let us know what is relevant for you in particular, and
Right,
we're
like there
happy
was
to work on
there
it.
was a viewer who talked about losing someone to overdose, and
Yes.
so I had the idea of, I was just wondering if people would find it relevant for them to learn about overdose reversal with Narcan. I have Narcan just because of what I did for a living, and it's part of like a
we collected
first aid kit. Well, you just make sure you have some in the house, and I need to get some more in the house that is not expired. But I can show you what the medicine is and how it's administered. It's and give you some info about Narcan.
right. So again, we try to bring practical knowledge out here. Okay, I mean, and practical knowledge when it comes to,
because it's something anybody can do
right,
and anybody can get and have.
So whether it's Narcan, whether it's mental health, whether it's your physical health and exercise and eating better, these are all practical things. This is not we're not up here speaking as professionals. We are up here speaking as members of your community. That's what this really is.
Yeah.
So I can't thank you all enough. Oh my God, really, it's a blessing every Saturday. I really do mean that. I look forward to this every week, more so than anything else I do online. So I thank you very much. All right, folks, we're still in the midst of the world of the endemic. We touched on it, but listen, use your common sense. You know, your doctors know, your medical professionals know. Common sense. All right? Be safe, be well, God bless. Roll those dice, roll them well. I will be back again tomorrow with some random updates on this channel. And I gotta do a blog post still tonight. Crap-oli. All right.
Take good care.
Be good, folks. Much love.
Thank you.